All right, so let's get started. I just want to introduce myself. My name is Bobby Pellini, Keller Williams Clearwater Market Center team leader, Market Center number 138. And today we are interviewing Sandy Papadakis, our spotlight agent of the month, a true professional, a real estate celebrity to me anyway. I've lived in this area. I went to Tarpon Springs Middle, and then I remember seeing Sandy signs everywhere in Eastlake. Every time I went to someone's house, and unfortunately they weren't Keller Williams, but I saw her signs. And joining KW and seeing that she was here, I was elated. So this is a true honor, and I really appreciate you taking the time, Sandy, out of your busy schedule, and everyone else to join us for this interview.
Thank you. It's
Awesome.
a pleasure to be here with you, Bobby.
Thank you, Madame. You are the best. So I'll kick it off with the best question of all. The first question: tell me your story. Right? There's podcasts out there that say you were born and then what happened.
Well,
Life is good.
uh,
So how did you get into real estate, and when was that?
okay. It was 1996, and I was already a certified property appraiser and doing some consultation work for the Department of Transportation. And one of my husband's friends bet me $50 that I could not pass the real estate course on the first try. So we shook hands, and that's how it all started. I took my test, I passed, and that was my first step into real estate.
And winning bets. That's awesome. Well done. Well, I'm glad that all happened because not just our market center, but many, many hundreds of clients have been benefited. So what kind of goals and ambitions did you have, or expectations for yourself just getting into it brand new then?
Well, I was very excited about real estate because I do love it. I love, looking at homes and helping people. And so that just, I think, was the final puzzle pieces that put it together for me, that said, this is the career of your choice. So my goal was to make it a full-time career. As we had two young daughters one was in preschool and one was in elementary school. And from that point on, every year I was focused on setting goals and growing every year.
Wonderful. The best part is what you ended with, that caveat, is you were literally setting goals year to year and connecting the dots, basically just setting yourself up in a position to grow and looking at it from the standpoint of the future, right? You're in it for the long haul. It's a commitment. You're going to go the distance, the old Yoda thing, there is no try, kind of thing. I think commitment is a big word there that I heard that really kind of propelled you to your success. So thank you. Also too, many would agree that our environment is a major factor in who we become to the extent of our growth, right? So you're obviously growing very fast in a short amount of time here with KW. And with your amazing career that we kind of just heard about, having not been originally with KW, as I prefaced earlier, what is it you think, or what are some of the factors that you feel Keller Williams has provided in the time you've been here, to allow this success?
Well, one of the main reasons for coming over to Keller Williams was, of course, the support, the culture of the company, which is really attractive if you're a person that cares and wants to give back. So that was a huge factor for me leaving the franchise that I was with for 23 years. It was a hard decision to make, but I also saw the future of Keller Williams. Gary Keller, I studied many things about him and listened to many podcasts that he had done. And one of the factors was it was actually my nephew that kind of said, it's time. You need to make a change. He is a corporate, a regional director with Verizon. And he told me that they use Gary Keller's model. in training their employees. And I said, wow. And my nephew is very successful. And he said, this is what you need to get to the next level to build a team. And he was so right. Coming over to Keller Williams, they have the right ingredients to build a team. And that was what I could not accomplish at another franchise for 23 years. And
Wow.
I have to say, I have an amazing team. I have Chris Meyer that works so well with me, and I have Sophia Burbillis that she's new, but we all have the same work ethics. And I think if you're looking to build a team, you need to make sure that the people that you bring onto your team, you're like a match, that you work the same way. And I can't thank them enough, along with Shelley Kondodiakis, who's also my daughter, that keeps me in check with all my paperwork, because I could not do this on my own.
Oh, wow. Well, based on everything you just said, I can see why you're so successful, but we appreciate those accolades, and success definitely finds clues. But let's talk about your success. I mean, you were literally hovering around 9 to 12 million a year for, 20 years, right?
Right.
And then you jumped with us in the first 12 months to 31 million. Do you remember what you said to me when we first sat down when I took this role earlier this year when you came over? Do you remember what you said, like that one regret was?
Right. That I didn't do it earlier.
That you didn't do it
Absolutely.
earlier. Yes, that was it. That's a huge aha, because who would think that, somebody is somewhere for 20, 23 years sustaining this growth, and we know how hard it is to even sustain last year's numbers. To see that growth in less than 12 months with us, that's amazing. And kudos to your nephew, understanding that success does leave clues, with what he learned with Verizon. And Gary Keller's phenomenal, right? We're not just produced from an appreciating real estate market. It's 40 plus years. I mean, he wrote MREA, MREI, flip, hold, the one thing. I mean, the sky's the limit. It's unbelievable, and you're just an amazing example of how that works. But things like you said, support, culture. You mentioned something around the giver's gain. I mean, that really is all coming from you, right? So you mentioned getting the ingredients, but I think what you got is the recipe. You really had the ingredients, and the recipe really kind of makes it work. So baker metaphors aside, uh, I mean, to get into real estate, in this market, in this time, because what we're hearing is there's more agents applying to get their license now than 3 or 4 years ago. If they're getting into real estate now, and for those that are maybe coming from another brokerage, those agents that I would be talking to, if they want more and they're feeling in their want more, why KW? Why should they come here, in your words?
Well, KW offers a lot that other franchise don't offer. I don't know what every other franchise offers, but I could tell you in the top 5, I've investigated them, and they don't offer, the tools, the support. There isn't a moment that I can't call the office and Michelle doesn't answer, or Kevin, or you, or anyone in the the office for the finance part. Everybody there is to help you. Plus, the other agents, even if they're top producers, don't be afraid to come to KW because there's multiple top producers. These are the people that actually help you. And I've gone to many, and many have come to me, and we exchange thoughts, which that is unheard of at the last brand that I came from. Everybody kept
Mhm.
held all their cards. They would never show anything, but that's not the culture at KW. So for the people that are other franchise, I would strongly recommend that they look into this, talk to some other agents, and don't let fear get in the way of making change, because that's what held me back, Bobby, was fear. The fear of changing a franchise after so many years. And all it's done is, you can see my numbers. It's shocking
Mhm.
to me what we're doing, but it's because of the support at KW.
That is phenomenal. Thank you so much. It's been an honor to work with you and kind of watch you grow. And thank you for sharing your testimony with everybody and what you've experienced here. But 9 million to 31 million. I mean, it's a life changer, and you're going to only build off of that. But I'll end with some stats that we currently have. Out of all of Pinellas County, in the thousands of brokerages there are, and hundreds of thousands of agents, if you look at the top 5 teams meaning, rainmakers with agents under them, and they're helping other people make 6 figures, 5 out of all of those agents, 2 of them are in this office. But the aha is that very soon there's going to be 3, and I definitely know it's going to be Sandy. So thank you again, Sandy, for this interview, and I look forward to more success.
Thank you.
And thank you all for joining. Have a great day. Appreciate you all. God bless. We'll see you soon.